So we had a great question come in this week from one of our clients asking us about how do you be your best all the time? How do you be the best version of yourself all day, every day? And the answer is, well, you can't. So, to talk this through is to give you the idea of, okay, we want to be the best version of ourselves. We want to set ourselves up to be the best version of ourselves. We want to create our day so that we're going to be able to give the best version of ourselves. The thing with this is to go, okay, I can have an expectation that today I'm going to set myself up to be the best version of myself. And when we talk about this is doing things like, fueling your body. So mentally, emotionally, physically, I'm going to fuel my body with the best possible things that I can. I'm going to create the environments that I have control of to be able to set myself up to be the best version of myself. So things like having a morning routine. When I have a morning routine, like for myself, I do my meditation and then I do exercise and then I come back and I have a green smoothie. And so what I'm doing is I'm creating and setting up the best version of myself that I possibly can, because I control the controllables, and that's me. So I can control when I set my opportunity clock. I set my alarm, opportunity clock, and I wake up at that time and go, hey, cool. Another day, I get out there and create awesomeness in the world. That's cool. So I wake up with a smile on my dial, which fills my body full of happy chemicals. I've taken control of what I can at that point. I've bounced out of bed, I've smiled, I've bounced out of bed and gone, hey, cool. Another day here to be able to create havoc or create awesomeness in the world, whatever it is for you. I can control that I can put the earbuds in my ears and do my meditation. So I do my meditation, I do guided meditation. Then I can put on my training gear and I can go and do a workout. I can go for a walk, I can go for a run, I can jump on the bike, whatever it might be. I control that. So I'm able to keep setting myself up for the best version of myself here. I'm controlling this. And this is part of the thing. At this point, it is the journey. I enjoy doing those things. So it's the thing that you've got to remember here is that you're not setting yourself up for one single performance at that point. You're actually setting yourself up to enjoy those moments along the way. Because as we enjoy each of those moments along the way, that's filling up our cup and saying, I'm being the best version of myself when I jump out of bed because I've smiled. I'm being the best version of myself when I do my meditation because I'm sitting upright. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. I'm totally present. So I'm giving the best version of myself at that point. I put on my training gear and I either do a workout, jump on an RPM bike, go for a run, go for a walk, whatever it might be. Go and do boxing training in the park. And I do those things because I have control of them. I enjoy them in the moments. Now, you might think about working out and going, oh, seriously? What I'm doing though, is I'm finding out how awesome my body can be. I'm going, okay, what can this body do physically? This is awesome. Can I lift some more weight? Can I run further? Can I walk faster? Can I punch harder? Can I punch longer? Can I turn up the gear on the RPM bike? Can I ride longer or ride harder? I'm finding out what my body can do physically. So I am in that moment and I am enjoying it. And it's all of these things to think about as we're in the moment enjoying them. We're not going, I'll be happy when. I'll be the best version of myself when. No, you can be the best version of yourself right now. And you can be the best version of yourself right now. And you can be the best version of yourself right now. And it's in that moment there is to be able to go, hey, I have control of that. And that's your first point, is to be able to grasp that, to go, I can be the best version of myself when I control the controllables, because it means that I'm being present and I'm being in the moment to be able to get out there and give the best version of myself. So that when people see me and I'm out for a run, a walk, boxing training, on the RPM bike, doing a workout, whatever it is, they see the best version of myself. I know I'm being the best version of myself because I'm pushing myself a little bit more. I'm challenging myself a little bit more. I'm asking a little bit more of my body to see what else it can give. I'm not doing that in a negative frame of mind, going, no, this is so hard, I hate doing this. Why do I have to do this? Because someone else said to me I would end up being the best version of myself. No, I'm doing it in the moment. Now this is just a morning routine here we're talking about. But what you're doing is you're thinking and staying present and being conscious about your choices. You're saying, what is my body able to do? How can I do this? What's the best stuff that I can put into my body? What's the best fuel that I can put in there that I have available to me at this point in time? And it's working with what you have, not what you don't have. And when you identify what you do have and you're able to work with what you do have, you're going to get more out of your body because you've already got this headspace that's going, hey, I have this, I have this, I have this. I'm happier in that space. I have control of the controllables because that's what's right in front of me. And when you do this, you're being the best version of yourself at that point in time. When I'm in a meeting, it could be a Zoom meeting of all things. It could be a face-to-face meeting. How do I set myself up to be in that space with them and be the best version of myself? I'm present, I'm conscious. I know that I've done my morning routine and I can pull that forward with me too and go, hey, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. That was awesome. I've taken the next step and gone, okay, what do I bring what do I bring here in this situation? How do I bring the best version of myself here? What are my strengths? What are the things that I need to be aware of in this situation, in this meeting? What is it that they want to know about? What am I able to give? What are my strengths that I can offer in this present situation? What can I see? What can I hear to be able to work with in that space? Now, when I've got out of bed, I might have been 100%. And then I've pushed myself a little bit further and gone, okay, yeah, I'm really going to grind it out today on the RPM bike. So physically, I might have dropped back to say 75% because I've really pushed it. And I've taken on board plenty of fluid. I've had a really good breakfast. But physically, I might still be now at 80%, 85% because I really pushed it at that point in time. Mentally, I can still be present and still be 100%. So I might sit there and go, oh, feeling it in the legs now, aren't I? Oh, it's a little bit tired in the legs. But my meeting is mentally, emotionally being present in that space. So at that point, when I focus on what I'm seeing and hearing, because I have 2 ears and 1 mouth at that point, and I listen, I'm not listening with my legs. I'm not having to talk with my legs. What I'm doing is using this stuff here and this ticker to be able to be present and create the best energy space that I can in this moment. So I can have 100% mentally and emotionally, and I might still feel 80% physically because I chugged it right out. Now that's okay, because what do I need in that situation? I've gone and looked at it and gone, okay, what do I need? What are the skills? What are the tasks that I have to put together here? What skills can I bring to that situation? This, and this. Hey, cool, awesome. Now it might be the fact that we go, oh, we're going to have a walking meeting, and you're like, oh, a little bit tired on the old legs. What do I do here? I walk a little bit slower because that's the best version of me at that point in time. Now, if I'm feeling 100%, can I give 100%? I ask myself that question. Yep, I can do it, 100%. I wake up and maybe had lots of work to do, kids have been up all night, haven't had the best of food recently because I've been on the go a lot, been chitty-chatty to other people, been doing a lot of demands, haven't been consuming the best fuel, maybe got off a little bit of track and gone, oh yeah, I'll have a couple of extra drinks, whatever it might be. Body might not be at 100%, it might be at 85%, might be at 75%. Let's say the body's at 75% at that time. Can I give 75 out of 75 at that point in time? I ask myself that question and think, okay, in the afternoon, I've got a big meeting or I've got to give a presentation or I've got something in the afternoon that I need a whole heap of energy for. So I've woken up that day with 75%. I have a demanding task to do in the afternoon that needs my whole 75 out of 75. So I'm going to slowly build up during that day so that when I get to that afternoon point, I can give it 75 out of 75. So I can pull back a wee bit in the morning. I judge that because I have control of the controllables. I can control how much energy I put out to different places, different people, different things. So I consume the fuel that I need at that point in time. I might talk a little bit slower. I might go, okay, so I know I've got this coming up in the afternoon. I'm going to do these 2 jobs that I need to first thing in the morning because they're not so demanding. And then I've got that to do so I can build up and I can still give 75 out of 75 in the afternoon for that. Because I'm aware of what's going on. We cannot stay at 100% all the time. There is no athlete on this earth, there is no sports person on this earth that can keep going at 100% all the time. They will burn out. If you think of any engine, if you push that pedal to the metal on the accelerator and keep it flat tack, and let it run at 100 miles an hour, full stack, 100%, go, 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 it's going to run out. The engine is going to seize and it's going to stop and it's going to blow up. And that is exactly what's going to happen to you. If you think that you can keep going at 100% all the time, you are wrong, because you're going to burn out. So what you want to do is check in here and ask this. Ask yourself, what am I able to give? How much can I give? Be honest with yourself, because the only person you're tricking at that point is you. Why would you trick yourself? So what you want to think of is there's something later in the day that you need to build up to, then you ease off first thing in the morning. You play it cool. Bring the energy levels down a wee bit so that then you're able to put them into that pre-performance routine, and then you're able to give it everything you've got for 75 out of 75 later on. And you know what? Some days, there's things in the environment, there's people, places that you can't control. Stuff happens. Comes out of nowhere. And that's okay. Because then what you do in that moment is just check in and go, whoa, what happened? Where am I at? And it might be a surprise meeting. It might be some sort of emergency that ends up coming up in front of you. And you're like, okay, cool. How much can I give? What do I need to do here? How much am I able to give? Ask yourself that question. So those things to think of. You're in control of the controllables, emotionally, physically, and mentally. You can set yourself up in the morning with a routine. And that is one of the best things that's going to be able to give you as much energy as you possibly can. And when you check in with yourself and find out where you're at honestly, then you'll know how much you can give. Have a look at what the time span is as well. What's further down the track? So if you know even later in the week, say it's Monday, and you know that on Thursday and Friday you've got some real big demands, pull back at the beginning of the week. It's the same as an athlete. Their training program has peaks and troughs because they can't keep going at 100% all the time. They need to pull back at times. They need to work on their strength. They need to work on their power. They need to work on their speed, because they know come competition time further down the track, they're going to need all of that. All of those things have to be stacked up. So you've got to build the foundation. What is it that sets you up to be the best person that you can possibly be? What have I got further down the track that I need to work towards? And you're in control of the controllable, so you have the ability to look down there and go, okay, I have that coming up. How do I get from where I am here to there? What is going to create the best pathway for me to be on? And you have control of that. No one else does. So you have a look at what are your peaks and troughs. You become the CEO of your own life. You become a top athlete of your life. You become the person that controls the controllables. And so when you're able to do that, you go, okay, how do I set myself up first thing in the morning? This and this. Smile when you wake up. Always a goodie. Do some meditation, do some activity of sorts. Might be a walk around the block, might be yoga, might be Pilates, might be a full-on workout, whatever it is that works for you. Some sort of activity to get your body moving is what the requirement is. Do something that inspires you, read something, listen to something, see something that just gives you that inspiration. And then ask yourself and just check in. Where are we at? Where are we at? What are we doing? And you'll work that out if you're being honest with yourself. And remember that you cannot be at 100% all of the time. We need to sleep. So we need some downtime when we sleep, because that's how you recharge and refuel your battery. And you need that. Because to be at 100% the next day, you need to have recovered and refueled the night before. Bang on, you do. Okay? And then look at what you've got during the daytime. When do you need a peak? When do you need to ease off? When do you need a peak? When do you need to ease off? And it might be that you have one big peak and then you just ease off, and that's cool. What is it during the daytime as well that impacts your energy times? Have a think of that. When are you at your best during the day? For me, mine's first thing in the morning. I have a slight ease off, or for me, a trough in the middle of the afternoon. And so I know that if it comes to real brain thinking stuff, if I can set it up in the morning, I will, because that's my best time. But if a client is paying me to be at my best in the afternoon, then I will move everything around and I will make sure that I'm able to peak in the afternoon. I will have a look at it so I do ease off in the morning so that I can then have an amazing pre-performance routine that will enhance my emotional state so I can be at that 100 out of 100 for them. So you need to work these out. And it's not just as easy as turn up and go, oh, at my best today. Are you? Are you seriously? What is it that's going to set you up at your best every single day? Have your morning routine, work out what your energy times are. Remember, you are the CEO of your life. You are the top athlete of your life, and you control the controllables. Have a look further down the track. Also have a look back. What do you need to work on for where you are here right now to where you want to get to? What's that pathway going to look like for you? We can't go at 100% all the time. We cannot do that. Cars can't do it. Athletes can't do it. So don't think that you can either. You need to ease off to be able to launch forward. You need to pull back on the energy to be able to fuel it for later and come up at those high levels. And every single day, we can be anywhere between feeling 50%. If it's been really rough, things have come up, you've got family members that might not be too well, you've got stuff going on all over the place. Sometimes you're just not feeling it, and that's okay. So you have to be aware of that. Check in with yourself and be honest, and then go, okay, you know what? Today is okay to be 50%. And if I can give 50 out of 50, then that's pretty damn cool. Because when you've eased off that little bit, you're allowing your tank to fuel up. And when you allow your tank to fuel up, you'll probably find that tomorrow, you might be back at 100, but you might be at 80. And that's okay as well. Because if you're a high achiever, if you're someone that really pushes it, if you're someone that really grinds it, anywhere between your 80 to 100% is probably someone else's 150%. So remember that. Think about who you are as a person. You need to check in with yourself. So, build up your morning routines to set yourself up for success. Remember, you are the CEO of your life. You are a top, amazing international athlete of your life, and you control the controllables, which is you. And when you know that you cannot keep going at 100 out of 100 all the time because you're going to burn out and you're going to fall apart and you're going to blow things, then some days you need to even off. You need to pull back to be able to launch yourself forward and have those high peaks of those high energy levels. During a day, you're going to have those peaks and troughs. Know when your energy times are in a day, and when you're in one of those times and it's a trough, go and hang outside. Just ease off. Allow yourself that moment to refuel, because then that's going to help you launch forward. If you want to know any more about those kinds of things, get in touch with us here at Walt Institute, and we can help you out enhancing your performance on the way forward so that you can keep being the best version of you as you go forward every single day.